Hello, my name is Keith Venezie, and I'm CEO and founder of the Eric Ryan Corporation. You know, it was over 20 years ago that I began to realize that not all utility and telecommunications bills were being billed properly. And from that vision came the Eric Ryan Corporation. And 20 years later, we're 85 employees strong and in all 50 states. We service things anything from utility bill auditing to energy procurement to energy efficiency evaluations. And from that, we've been able to develop a nice portfolio of services to suit our clients' needs. What I would like for you to do today is take 10 to 15 minutes of your valuable time to listen to our PowerPoint presentation and to see some of the things that we do, some of the services we provide, and some of the things that we find when we do a utility bill audit. And from that, we're hoping that you will be able to decide that you are interested in moving forward with Eric Ryan Corporation and see what kind of dollars that we can save on behalf of your company. So if you would please take a few minutes to evaluate the PowerPoint presentation, and I will return to give you some closing information about our company. Thank you. Thank you for attending the Eric Ryan Corporation PowerPoint presentation regarding its utility and telecommunications consulting services. The Eric Ryan Corporation was established in 1990 as a sole proprietorship under the name of Utility Cost Cutters. In 1995, they grew to the point where they needed to incorporate and form the name the Eric Ryan Corporation, which still exists as of today. Currently operating with 6 divisions and 83 full and part-time employees. And over the past 20 years, Eric Ryan Corporation has provided services to over 2,000 clients in all 50 states, including places like Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Some of the services that Eric Ryan currently offers are utility and telecommunications bill auditing, utility and telecommunications rate analysis, contract analysis, and they also offer things such as energy procurement services where we can shop the natural gas and electric commodity in the open market. The Eric Ryan Corporation also provides 24/7 telecommunications help desk services and has engineers on staff that can provide energy site surveys to determine efficiency in the particular buildings that they are in. There are a number of other services that we provide, including bill pay services, budgeting, and management analysis. If a client is interested in proceeding, there's a number of things that the client needs to do that require a minimal amount of time but are necessary in order for the audit to be effective. The first is to obtain copies of the billings for the client's sites. That would include 12 months of electric, gas, water, sewer, and waste bills, and 2 to 3 months of utility or the telecommunication bills, which includes local, long distance, and cellular. Once that information is received, a blank letter of authorization would need to be completed in order for Eric Ryan to discuss the accounts with the utility and telecommunication providers. The client would also need to provide any copies of any contracts or agreements that they have in place, as well as any exemption forms that they may have. And one final thing that needs to be completed is our client information form, which allows the Eric Ryan staff to call the appropriate people with questions if they may arise. The example letter of authorization allows us to talk to the utility and telephone companies. Without that, they will not discuss the accounts. So the example form is attached for the client to put on their letterhead and sign. There's also a client information form in the packet that is sent once a client is ready to move forward. It needs to be completed in order for the analyst to move forward with the actual audit. Once all that information is in place, the process begins. The bills are scanned into our system, and then they are reviewed by our account managers, our auditors, and our analysts. Each bill is keyed into spreadsheets for trending and cost per unit information that is key to finding billing errors. Each bill is also keyed into our rate tariff emulation program that allows us to determine if the client each account is on the correct rate. If we do find an opportunity, we open up what is called a trouble ticket in our database system. The attached example shows a particular utility account in which we found what we believe to be an opportunity with a rate change. The steps taken are also shown so the client can see in full what the auditors did in order to achieve and determine the savings. The savings estimates are provided on the right-hand side of each trouble ticket. Likewise, a telecommunications ticket example is attached. You can see that this particular example, there were 3 lines that were identified that were no longer needed, and the steps that were taken in order to complete getting the savings back to the client. The utility and telecommunications companies are then also called and discuss the opportunity to determine whether or not the savings that we have identified are accurate. If that in fact is correct, the database ticket is updated and put into the audit report. Additionally, as part of our audit process, the telecommunications groups calls every telecommunications line that is being billed to determine and make sure that someone at the client side is actually answering the phone, or to make sure that somebody actually does pick up the phone and the line just does not continue to ring. We also review any utility procurement opportunities as well as any telecommunication carrier opportunities. Some examples of billing errors can be anything from estimated reads when the utility provider cannot get out to read the meter to casual billing charges that occur with the telecommunication providers when a long-distance carrier may not be picked. There could be tax errors. There could be other problems with the accounts that are listed below, but it's not limited to these errors only. An example of a spreadsheet that we use in order to key the client information in, and a good example of why an audit should be performed by a client.